welcome to the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center's Boot Walk to End Cancer 2020. It's our virtual kickoff, and I'm George Lindsay, your host for the morning, and I'm so excited to be here. I know we can't be together physically today, but we are still united in that one goal to end cancer. And we're going to celebrate all the funds you've raised and the chance to give cancer the boot together while apart. And I'd like to start this morning out by giving special thanks to Lionel Vassell, the Boot Walk's presenting sponsor for the 4th straight year. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to end cancer. Before we kick things off today, let me remind you to post your pictures, all right? Really, right now, go ahead, snap a picture of you watching the opening ceremonies, and then post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, with the hashtag #EndCancer. Because when you do that, then you can click on the hashtag and you can follow it. You'll be able to see photos and videos from all kinds of people walking all around the country, all around Texas, all around the world. It's part of that Boot Walk community that we're missing just a little bit today. You know, it's an easy way to stay connected, and this year, staying connected has been really important. It's been a year unlike any other, and I know you know that. But your safety, the safety of MD Anderson's patients and of our communities is a priority for MD Anderson. And despite a global pandemic, you all have stayed one step ahead, ensuring and even increasing your commitment to raise funds and awareness for the mission to end cancer. You know, even though we won't be walking side by side today on MD Anderson's campus, we remain stronger today as a community committed to making cancer history. And since Boot Walk started in 2016, we've raised over $6.6 million, and it's still counting. That's what we're hoping for today, to keep adding to that. And the thing about it is, it goes to cancer research, it goes to patient programs, and 100% of those donations, that money raised, goes to the programs at MD Anderson. And this year, Deanna, my wife, and I had a chance to serve as volunteers on the Boot Walk Leadership Committee. And we were led by two wonderful people that you're going to meet now. My honor to introduce you to Lourdes Hernandez and Randy Hewlett, who are joining us today on the virtual kickoff for Boot Walk.
You both have a unique story about your involvement with the MD Anderson Boot Walk to End Cancer. Lourdes, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Boot Walk is a labor of love, really. I have been a patient at MD Anderson for 25 years. I've been diagnosed 3 times. First time, I was a young mom with a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old, and it was a huge shock. MD Anderson got me through it. And the thing that I thought would never happen did happen when the cancer came back. When
you hear that the cancer's back, it just takes your breath away all over again, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It completely does. I mean, I thought that cancer was the scariest word I'd ever hear until I heard the R word, which is recurrence. I didn't know that I could do it, but this guy he used to make all the difference and got me through it, got my family through it. But without MD Anderson's amazing care, that was just crucial.
You were there for Lourdes and helped her through. But then on the other side of it, all of a sudden you get the cancer diagnosis too.
Yes, I was diagnosed a long time ago now with melanoma. The tables were turned and Lourdes was no longer the patient, she was the caregiver.
And Lourdes, your experience with MD Anderson, again, being diagnosed 25 years ago, you've seen an amazing progression of cancer treatment. And to be able to do something like this, when this started, what did it mean to you to see this Boot Walk to End Cancer come together?
I'm here because of the treatment that I got at MD Anderson and because of the cutting edge research that occurs there. And so when Boot Walk sprang into a concept, I was there and ready to do whatever I could do, because it allows everyone and anyone to make a difference. And all those $25 donations that people can gather make a difference.
Well, it's been such a pleasure for me to watch you all be the chairs this year with such grace and passion and determination that you've had. But I know you have a great team under you that, Lourdes, you'd like to say thanks to some of those people too.
Well, we're proud of the team. We're proud of every member of our Boot Walk Leadership Committee. We're also extremely thankful for our Boot Walk staff partners. We're very thankful to our Boot Walk ambassadors. We're also extremely thankful to our presenting sponsor, LyondellBasell.
And all of our event sponsors. 100% of the funds raised by these participants go directly to support MD Anderson's mission to end cancer.
We're also thankful to the leadership of MD Anderson, who have trusted us and supported us in putting together this effort. I would also really like to thank our co-chairs, George and Deanna Lindsay, and George in particular, just to lend his talent, his skills, his time. It just is incredible. So thank you.
Any advice for Deanna and I as we get ready to chair the committee next year?
Find a good person to interview you.
So I'm going to ask you guys one question. What kind of boots are you wearing today?
Right now, to be honest with you, I'm not wearing any shoes.
Well, get your boots on and get ready. I have to say thank you so much for being part of the leadership team this year. Not only survivors, but these two are leaders and inspirations to us all. And most of all today, they're walkers. He won't be barefoot later, I promise. He'll have his boots on as we get ready for the MD Anderson Boot Walk to End Cancer presented by LyondellBasell. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for everything you do, George.
Thank you.
And now I want to introduce you to the man who's leading the charge at the #1 hospital for cancer care in the country, Dr. Peter Pisters. Dr. Pisters, how are you today?
Hey, George. I'm doing great. It's wonderful to be joining thousands united around one shared goal to end cancer. I've got my boots on and I'm ready to go.
Well, now speaking of that, Dr. Pisters, I hear you have some very unique boots.
George, I've got some amazing boots. Let me show you. These are MD Anderson branded boots. They really celebrate our mission to end cancer. And I love wearing these at the boot walk, and sometimes I come to work in them.
Now, those are some awesome boots, I gotta say that. Dr. Pisters, this year certainly has been unique in a number of ways, and we've talked about that. But having a cancer diagnosis and being treated for cancer at this time would certainly have added a level of complexity to this time that we've been going through, wouldn't it?
You're right, George. MD Anderson has implemented many new processes and procedures to keep our patients, our families, our workforce, and our community safe. We want the environment to be safe to receive cancer care and prevention services at MD Anderson. When patients arrive, they're greeted by teams screening for COVID-19 symptoms and providing masks. They're quickly detecting elevated skin temperatures using no-contact thermal imaging and social distancing approaches.
Well, if you could tell us, maybe just take a second and talk about how you've taken steps to make this year's boot walk safe.
This year's boot walk is going to be very different. We've converted it to a 100% virtual walk. And in many ways, this may allow even more people to participate, but to do so in a very safe way. When we do that using a social distancing approach outside wearing masks, we protect ourselves from the virus and we participate in the boot walk.
You know, that's the really cool thing that we love about this virtual format. Not only are people walking all over Houston and all over Texas, we found out all over the United States, and now even messages from around the world, the people that are doing this. So what kind of message, Dr. Pisters, would you like to give those walkers today?
We're so grateful for the commitment everyone has shown to our mission by participating virtually this year. Thank you all for going above and beyond to help us end cancer. 100% of the funds support our mission. Your contributions will help us advance cancer research breakthroughs, care for our patients, and educate students, trainees, and the public, all while working to prevent cancer before it even starts. You're also supporting MD Anderson's impact, enabling us to help people access the best patient care while improving the standard of care for all. I also want to thank our presenting sponsor, LyondellBasell, for their continued support of the Boot Walk, helping to make all of this possible.
All right, Dr. Pisters, so you got to tell us, how do you plan on walking today?
Well, George, I'm going to be walking in my neighborhood. My wife, Catherine, and I will be wearing our masks and walking with our dogs, TJ and Trillium.
All right, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. Don't forget to take your selfie, okay?
George, I'm definitely going to take a selfie. I love taking selfies, and I'll make sure to have our dogs in the photo.
Hey, once again, I'd like to remind you, if you're joining us on social media today, we really appreciate it. And remember, share your photos, okay? Whether it has your dogs in it or not, like Dr. Pfister's, we want you to share your photos and put the hashtag on it, hashtag End Cancer. That's very important because we hope to see shots and pictures from all over the world of people and dogs and families all walking together. You know, the Boot Walk going virtual really has opened this up, and that's been something that's been kind of a unique opportunity for people all over the world to be part of this. LyondellBasell, the Boot Walk's presenting sponsor, reached out to their global employee base and invited them to give cancer the boot. And I want you guys to hear today from Bob Patel, who is the CEO of LyondellBasell, about his team's participation in Boot Walk.
Hello. Putting my shoes on, getting ready for the Boot Walk. I hope all of you around the world will join me and Team LYB to help end cancer. This year's Boot Walk is going to be virtual. It's a short 1.2 mile walk. You can do it in your local community, in the neighborhood. You can walk with your family, so it'll be safe. MD Anderson is a shining example of an organization that has harnessed the power of many researchers, the medical community, donors, and countless volunteers who improve quality of care and achieve breakthroughs in treatment for those battling cancer. A future without cancer is possible, and we're very proud to support the life-saving research and programs at MD Anderson. We all know someone, a loved one, a friend, or an acquaintance who's been affected by cancer. And I think the Boot Walk is a way for all of us to honor those who have been impacted by cancer. This day is about more than just a walk. It's like a journey we're taking together to end cancer.
Thanks, Bob. You know, I couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking of journeys that we'd like to share with you today, I have to share quite a journey that was had by our next guest. Bensu Uman is with us. She was diagnosed in 2017 with triple-negative breast cancer, and she went on to participate in Boot Walk the following year. Bensu, let's start by maybe just refreshing people if they haven't heard your story. Tell us about your journey and how you came into Boot Walk.
So you're correct. I was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer in 2017. That's the year that I was going to turn 40. And so I decided to lose some weight and get healthy. 9 months into that journey, I had lost 31 pounds, is when I felt the lump in my breast. Unfortunately, it did become an actual cancer, and it was triple-negative breast cancer.
You went on to join Boot Walk and fundraise, and tell us about breaking Facebook.
Yeah. So in 2018, when the opportunity came to join Boot Walk and I saw the option for the Facebook fundraiser, I was like, oh, that should be easy. So I set my goal at $500, thinking, you know, we can raise that much amount of money. And within the first day, we had already raised over $1,000. It was at a rate of my friends and family donating so fast that I think we actually broke the Facebook fundraiser for Boot Walk that year. We were able to get that fixed through the Boot Walk team and go on to raise over $14,000 that year.
Now, Bensu, just a quick question for people that are still fundraising, maybe looking to get to their goal. How are you fundraising today on event day?
Yeah, so we've continued with the Facebook fundraiser. So what we plan to do on event days, we're going to be live and we'll be able to show our friends and family as we do the walk and continue to ask for donations.
That's a great reminder. You can keep this up all the way through December. It's not too late to ask for those donations and help you get to your goal. And one final thing, Bensu, tell us how your cancer journey is going today.
Oh, it's actually going amazingly great. So just last week, I hit my 3-year cancer-free anniversary, so things are good.
That is amazing. I love that. Bensu, thank you so much for sharing your story and being part of our virtual kickoff today. And if you haven't tried a Facebook fundraiser yet, you can still do that. And like Bensu said, maybe you'll have that success out there. Bensu, thank you so much for being on with us today.
Thank you for having me. Good luck.
You know, Bensu was just talking about how all of her friends and family got involved. And as you know, the Boot Walk to End Cancer is a family affair for a lot of people, like Doctors Vivek and Ishwarya Subbiah, the MD Anderson husband and wife doctor duo, and they're here to tell us a little bit about how they support and why they support the Boot Walk and why it's so important.
The Boot Walk as an event is such an important part of the way we practice at MD Anderson, because we practice as a community. We are not just two physicians in a clinic. We are part of an MD Anderson community, And the boot walk is a critical part of that. And it is so impactful to see everyone come together for this boot walk in this year during these times, and for us to be able to see that the commitment to the mission to ending cancer is equally strong, if not stronger. We are in the clinic every day providing care for patients, and we can see that there is really only so much that we can do there by ourselves. It takes a village. And this is what the boot walk represents for us, is that it takes what we do in the clinic and it brings it to a larger audience, and it invites others into the mission.
Clinical trials are critical for our progress against cancer. Philanthropy goes a long way. It can fuel potential new discovery, it can fuel innovation, and most importantly, this goes a long way in our mission in working together.
We share elements about our day-to-day work and our day-to-day lives on social media because it is a wonderful way to connect, and many of the elements that we share is about how we're still here. We're all working to make cancer history.
Even though we may be virtual and we may be working virtually, we are not in silos. We need real partnerships with everyone so that we can be functioning all towards one common goal.
You are part of a mission. The boot walk is where we all come together and remind each other that we are really in this together.
We are in this together.
I love seeing the commitment of MD Anderson employees at work and at home. And you know, the boot walk brings so many people together from all walks of life. Did you know that MD Anderson is the official cancer center and jersey partner for Houston's very own professional soccer teams, the Houston Dynamo and the Houston Dash? Their boot walk team, called Hold It Down, is looking to make a big impact this year. Joining us from Team Hold It Down is Christian Ramirez from the Houston Dynamo and Megan Oyster from the Houston Dash. They're joining two of the patients from our Children's Cancer Hospital to play Name That Boot.
It takes all kinds of people working together to make the boot walk a success.
And it takes all kinds of boots.
We got two superstars joining us today to play the game Name That Boot.
Megan, let's make this interesting. Dynamo versus Dash.
All right, you're on. Joining me today is Elise Robinson. Elise, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
And joining me, Aiden Vister. Aiden, how are you?
I'm good.
Are you ready to play? Name
That Boot.
All right, here are the rules. Each team gets to go for 90 seconds. We're going to give you guys clues about boots, but we can't use the name of the boot or the word boot in the clues. The team that gets the most boots after their turn wins.
Sounds pretty simple. We got this, Aiden.
Well, good. You guys can go first. Me and my girl are going to hop off, and then you guys can have a go.
Aiden, remember, it's all about boots, okay? NFL team in Dallas. Yeehaw.
Oh, Cowboys, my bad.
Yeah. When you go on walks in nature.
Hiking?
The type of shoes that I wear.
Cleats?
When the weather's really bad outside and there's water coming down.
Raining?
People in the military wear this.
A cap? Army cap? Or army boots?
Yes, there you go. Skip that one. An astronaut would wear this on a different planet that's at night.
Moon boots? Or like a...
Good. They come to like here.
Oh, like trousers?
No. Remember our topic.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, just forget it. When you're on a horse.
Oh, like a cowboy boot?
No. Skip it.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to do knee-high boots.
Gotta crush this. Gotta beat the boys. Okay, people wear these if they're on a horse or they're out on a boat. What did you say?
Riding boots?
No, it's close. There's an animal in the first part of the word, and it's not girl, it's...
Oh, cowboy boots.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so if you're going up a mountain, people wear these if you're...
Hiking boots?
Yep, good. So I play on the dash, and I need these to play.
Cleats.
Yep, perfect. If it's really wet out, people wear these.
Rain boots?
Yep. Okay. Also another weather one. If it's winter time, people wear these.
Snow boots?
Yep, perfect. Soldiers can wear these if they're fighting for their country.
Combat boots?
Yep, awesome. When it's winter out, these are really comfy. They're fuzzy, they're soft.
Uggs?
Yep. If you're going into space, it's not the sun, it's the...
Oh, moon boots?
Yep. Okay, these ones go up to a certain point on your leg. Like it's
knee-high boots?
Perfect. You did good. Good job, Elise.
All right, Megan, tell me, how many did you get?
We got 9 boots.
Huh?
Got to be more than us.
I need to put the tape on that.
How about you guys?
I wish I could say 9, but we got 6.
We got 6.
Oh man, girls win. So Elise, I'm gonna gift you a pair of my own personal cleats, and I'm gonna sign them here for you right now, and then these will be yours.
Thank you.
Aiden, don't worry, I got you.
That's cool, man.
Thank you, Elise, for joining me today in the game Name That Boot. I'm pumped that we won, and I hope you had a lot of fun.
I did. Thanks for having me.
Aiden, thanks for being such a cool partner. Hope you had fun, and these are yours.
Okay, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. And I gotta say, last year at Boot Walk, I saw a lot of different kinds of boots. I don't think I saw any of those soccer boots before. You know, unfortunately, as you all know, cancer doesn't care what kind of boot you wear. But at Boot Walk, the top fundraisers get a one-of-a-kind boot award. These are designed as works of art, and each one has a story behind it. Next, you're going to hear from Boot Award artist Jeff Flassing. By day, Jeff is a graphic designer for MD Anderson's creative communications team. But after work on his own time, boot artist is just one of his many hobbies. Let's hear more about his works of art and what inspires him. Jeff, take it away.
I'm passionate about a lot of things. I get involved in something, I go full bore. I love painting, I love art, and I love fishing. Started a team the first year of the Boot Walk and named it Fishermen Fighting Cancer, and got several of my fellow fishermen to join up. My father passed away from cancer at the age of 49. I was 16. As you imagine, it had a big impact on my life. It was the first boot I painted. It was for our team, and we used that on our float that we have. And then I found out that they had area artists painting boots for awards. So I decided to enter a boot for the next year's Boot Walk. And that was the year that Dr. Jim Allison won the Nobel Prize for Medicine. My award was given to Delia Stroud, who was one of the top money raisers for the Boot Walk. And I just learned recently that she gave the boot to Dr. Allison and his wife. It made me extremely happy to know that the boot will reside in Dr. Allison's home. Last year was the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moonwalk. One of my friends and team members, Fred Howard, he likes to build models, and he said he would build a model rocket to go with the boot. And it was a little miscommunication. I thought it was a 19-inch model. It was actually the scale. It was like a 19:1 or something. I don't know. So I said, yeah, that sounds good. You know, because I had the idea of having the rocket kind of shooting out of the boot. I go to his house, there's this huge 3 or 4 foot rocket. I said, whoa. I started thinking about the idea for this year's boot. We were recently named the #1 cancer hospital in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. Healy Chavez, who's the head of our photography, he and his team have taken beautiful photographs of our healthcare workers in PPE. This kind of triggered my thought to honor them. Aaron McCormick, a designer at the team, had created this honored graphic that actually is a huge banner at the institution. Dave Ayton is a medical illustrator on our team. He did this 3D illustration of the coronavirus, and I used that on the boot as well. The Boot Walk team actually gets these boots donated by a local store. They give them to us to paint. We each get 1 boot. I think maybe some people paint multiple boots, but I might do that in the future because I'm getting ready to retire from MD Anderson, so I'll be a full-time boot maker for the Boot Walk. So I may make a couple boots next year. Looking forward to the next chapter, but I'm going to stay as involved as I can with the Boot Walk and fishing a lot more, I hope.
Thanks, Jeff. Congratulations on your retirement, and I hope I can get my hands on that boot. You know, speaking of those people that are in line to earn a boot award this year, the fundraising competition has been blistering and fierce this year, I got to tell you. Here's a look at the current top 5 individuals and teams. Wow. Delia Stroud, Alex Fenzel, and Dorothy Patterson, you guys have been leapfrogging each other back and forth all Boot Walk season. But Bothenia Davaja, Lourdes Hernandez, we see you. Keep it up, guys. Don't lose your spot in the top 10. And for the teams, a big shout out to Stomp Out Stage 4 Breast Cancer, Roundup to End All Cancers, Radiation Oncology, IBC Wranglers, and Immunotherapy Team. Great job. All right, if you're like me, you're wondering who's going to be #1 this year, right? Remember, fundraising isn't over just because we're starting Boot Walk today. We'll be accepting donations. You can still fundraise all the way through December 31st. So make sure you keep it going. Keep those donations coming in through the end of December. You know, we have a lot of companies represented by our teams here today. MD Anderson, LyondellBasell, Halliburton, Intercom, Houston Dynamo, and Dash. Thank you all for your support today. You know, engaging your employees to learn about MD Anderson's mission is key to raising awareness to help give cancer the boot. There's still time for you to become a mission champion. You do that by learning all about MD Anderson's mission pillars. Now, to do that, just download the app from your app store, all right? And if you do become a mission champion by learning all about it, you'll get to see your name listed on the event day homepage. You know, we all have a reason why we're walking today. And I'd like to hear some of those top fundraisers from this year's Boot Walk to End Cancer talk about why they are walking to give cancer the boot.
I give cancer the boot for the millions living with this terrible disease. Almost 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 triple-negative breast cancer. Thanks to my world-class medical team at MD Anderson, today I am thriving. I enthusiastically support the Boot Walk because every dollar raised funds MD Anderson's cutting-edge, life-saving research. Together, let's give cancer the boot.
I give cancer the boot for taking precious lives.
We give cancer the boot for my mom.
I give cancer the boot for BRCA1 survivors.
I give cancer the boot for my patients and my mom.
I give cancer a boot for all IBC patients.
I give cancer the boot for my wife.
I give cancer the boot for Tennessee.
I give cancer the boot for all the people who will be saved as a result of the research from funds raised through the Boot Walk.
I would like to give cancer the boot for my brave patients.
I give cancer the boot for the love of my life.
I give cancer the boot for my mommy. I am grateful for everyone that gives cancer the boot on my behalf. And I give cancer the boot for every past, current, and future cancer patient. I particularly stomp out stage 4 breast cancer.
Thank you all so much for sharing your stories and your why. And personally, my why is for my sister Sylvia, my sister Sheila, and my mother-in-law Jean that we lost in August. What's your why? That's what we'd like to know right now. And you can share that why with the I Give Cancer the Boot For sign that you can find and print out from the event day homepage. Take a picture of it, post it on social media, and put hashtag End Cancer. All right, we're ready for it. One of my favorite things of event day is the national anthem done by the Champion Sisters, and we're so happy to have them with us today.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Brenda and Molly and Sandra. I know we're all inspired and we're ready to get out there and get ready to do our walk. So let's do this. Are you ready? Count down with me. Ready? 10,
9, 8, 7,
6,
5,
4, 3,
2,
1. Go give cancer the boot.